Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Conference League qualifying night. Yeah, that sticks in the throat a wee bit to say. It's always been, at very least, Europa League. But for the first time, I think, ever, potentially, Rangers are playing a Conference League qualification tie. It is a tie that Rangers must win, or there's no European football this season. Rob, what's your early feelings coming into this one?
I think we've got a bit of feel-good factor after the result against St Mirren at the weekend. You know, scoring 5 goals, it was probably the best performance we've seen under Derek McInnes. You've got to couple that with Jablonec, who are coming into this game off a 6-game win streak. They'll be full of confidence. You know, I think their players were in the press saying they were hoping that they were going to draw Rangers. But at Ibrox, with the crowd behind the team, you know, we'll touch on it in a wee minute, you've got to fancy us to at least have a goal and cause this team problems, because all we can do is really focus on ourselves, and as long as we play the way that we know that we can, we should be good enough to beat this team. But earlier this season, nothing is taken for granted, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think, Rob, your key there is continuing from Sunday. Get bodies in the box, get flooding forward, have a go at them. Don't wait for them to settle like we did with the Poles, because we had scored early and then allowed them to get right back into the game. We have to dictate the pace. We
absolutely do, and I think we even saw that against St Mirren at the weekend, you know, where we went 2 up, we had a bit of a setback, and then we were kind of all at 6s and 7s, a bit all over the place. The key is making sure that we control that midfield, but we're going to need performances from Gassama and Yokota on the wings to bring that creative element and create for the striker. So, like you say, we've just got to make sure that whoever is on that pitch is given everything that they can tonight, because it's not going to be an easy game. This team are going to be right up for it, and as long as the right Rangers turn up, I think that's the key thing for us, and being able to be on that front foot, be aggressive, you know, create chances, and hopefully score a few more goals tonight, would be nice.
It would be the team is out there is one change. Ivor Pandor is in goal. Back 4 of Sterling at right back. Fernandes, Macania and Penrice at left. Captain in the side coming in is Dan Neil. Dragicevic, Chukwueze, Yokota on the right, Gassama on the left, Nadiri. The one change going out is Nico Raskin, the manager, telling us pre-match that Nico has ankle injury. Talked about managing his minutes. He says that's exactly what he's doing. There is noise surrounding Nico potential departure to Fenerbahce. He will undoubtedly be asked that in the press conference after, so we'll bring you all that coverage. On the bench for Rangers, Kelly, McCrory, Nedeljkovic, Devlin, Raskin, Barron, Cameron, McCausland, Curtis, Asgard, Miovski and Lawrence Shankland. We'll go through, I don't even want to do it, the Jablonec team in a minute, but Rob, what's your thoughts on that Rangers side?
Pretty much as I was expecting. I'm pretty glad that he's kept the same shape, or at least on the face of it. You know, I think that's the first really big step. Unsurprising that ankle knock and transfer speculation aside, that Nico Raskin isn't in the team. I think we've probably learnt a lesson with Chamiti, to be honest, and
it's a fair thing to wonder, at least, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, you know, and that will no doubt mature over the next few days, and we'll see if he's we'll see what the noise continues to be. But you've got to think that as long as we can be disciplined in the middle of the pitch, that we should be able to control it. I thought Chukwueze and Dragicevic were really, really good actually in that second half against St Mirren. Really excited to see what Dragicevic can do tonight, because it was an absolute peach of a goal that he scored against St Mirren. You know, he's had a couple of attempts against Hibs. We need a goal-scoring midfielder, and hopefully he could potentially add to that, maybe 10 goals that we need from midfield. So really interesting team. Good to see Penrice coming in again, because I thought his desire and hunger at the weekend set the tone as well. You know, there was a few balls where it was 60-40 in favour of the opposition, and he made it his. You know, the desire to get on the end of that pass for Curtis for Gassama's goal summed up his performance at the weekend. And if he can bring that type of effort and encourage his teammates to do that, then we'll start to be a bit more confident when we see the team sheets coming out and actually putting in performances that can make us proud.
And Gassama as well has had a difficult time of it, but the last couple of games under McInnes, he's produced 60 minutes. I don't think he's match fit yet, which have been really good, and so has Yokota, although he's been dying a death a wee bit. There is lots of rumours about potential signings, which I'm sure the manager will be asked about after the game as well. But let's hope it's a positive one. We are going to try and attempt the Jablonec. Do you know that like Office gif when he's in the bar and he sees his date turning up and he goes, oh, that's exactly how I feel, ladies and gentlemen. But here goes. In goals it is Jan Hanus, Martin Sedidla, Yuri Slama, Nemanja Tedjaski is a captain, Dusan Pavlovic, Matai Polidor, Richard Sedlacek, Vaktang Changturishvili.
Good effort.
Good effort, yeah.
Great effort,
Jan Sushan, Sebastian Ndimbaila, and Lamin Jawo. Fuck me, man. On the bench is some players. We don't know a lot about them. Like, I don't. I'm quite ignorant. We know that they've won their last 6 games. We have to give them massive respect, but not enough respect that they come here and dictate. We have to put pressure on the ball, and we have to dictate that.
Absolutely. I think, I can't remember which press conference it was, but McInnes made the comment that we need to give teams more to worry about from our performance than we need to worry about for theirs. And it's exactly like that tonight. You know, if we go into that game with the right mindset, the players approach it from the first whistle in the right manner, we should be beating a team like this at Ibrox. You know, we should have beaten Jagiellonia at Ibrox because they're teams that we are used to putting away, regardless of the players and the quality that we've got within the squad just now. It's about the team, and if those 11 individuals can play together tonight, then we'll get it over the line. It'd be great to be able to keep a clean sheet and kind of set ourselves up for a really good second leg over there. But it'll be interesting to see how we do tonight. Obviously, Dan Neil being in the 6. You'd assume Dragicevic and Chukwani are going to be pushing forward again. If we can get the support up to Nadiri, be a bit more creative in the wings and create a couple of chances early doors and put them under pressure, it'd be great to see how they react to that from Rangers with the Ibrox crowd behind them as well.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Certainly a big night for Rangers. We'll give you all the match action and then upload all the press conferences and things straight after. So we will see you soon, fingers crossed. Rob, put you on the spot. Result tonight, please.
3-0, Rangers.
I'm going 3-1. Clean sheet at the moment, a bit of an ask, but I think 3-1. Where the goal's coming from, I'm hoping we continue from Sunday. I do fancy Dragicevic to score at some point. So let's see, fingers crossed.
12 minutes gone at Ibrox. It's still Rangers 0, Jablonec 0. Manny Fernandez picking up a yellow for a nasty challenge there. Gassama probably Rangers' best effort, which was pushed over by the goalkeeper, but it's all been a bit scrappy so far, Rob.
It has indeed. Nobody's really settled into the game yet. I mean, with that good move where Chukwani's kind of driven forward in the midfield, Gassama's come forward, hit a really good shot, and the keeper's kind of palmed it away. But you know, Fernandez has looked a little bit lacklustre, shall we say, at the back. Pretty well challenged to get that yellow card there, and we've not really taken a stranglehold of the game at all. So we need to get a bit more control.
I just don't know why he's tackling in that bit. He's going nowhere, the boy. He's moving out. It's a lunge for no reason. It just shows me that somebody's just completely off the boil, confidence-wise, in that. To be making a challenge like that, I think's wild. And then again, he's slacking the ball there, Rob.
Absolutely. It's as if he's about 3 seconds behind his brain at the moment. His feet don't want to listen. I think it's going to be interesting. He's obviously on a yellow card. We've got Costa on the bench. You know, it's a bit early to be thinking about it, but you move Sterling into the middle and bring Costa on at right back just to make sure that we finish this game with 10 men, because Fernandez just doesn't seem at it at all at the moment.
Played a lovely pass there to Nadiri though as Rangers build with Penrice on the left. What's he going to do here? Will look to try and get it in, but he doesn't. He plays it back. Tochi Chukwani's there now. Dan Neil goes short to Gassama. I like the fact that Gassama instantly pushes it off. Dragicevic shoots just wide. That boy likes a shot. You called it beforehand.
Absolutely, and that's the position we want to get Dragicevic into. Anything around the box, I think he's going to want to have a dig. And again, really good threat that people are standing off him, giving him time, and he gets a shot away. And to give Fernandez his credit, that was a really good ball into the middle of the pitch.
Good pushing by Penrice. Rangers starting to go up the gears a wee bit, so let's hope we're going to start pushing for that opening goal. It's 0-0. Undoubtedly Rangers' best spell of the match, 25 gone. They hit the inside of the post from Dragicevic as Rangers starting to really up the tempo here, Rob.
Absolutely, we're starting to play a bit of football, Stevie, which is nice. some really good moves. Dan Neil, couple of good passes. Dragicevic really unlucky with that finish. But Gassama's having a big influence in this game. Every time he gets the ball, he's looking dangerous, and it's drawn players to him, which is making space for the other team, for the other teammates. We just got to make sure we take advantage of that and keep the passing crisp.
Yeah, it was Gassama who got to the byline. He turned back in, got it across. Nadiri done really well to get it back to goal, and he manages to play it up forward. Fernandez again beaten at the back. He's looked really ropey. But I really don't think this team are up to much at all here, which is a total kiss of death. I get it, but Rangers really, if they up it the way they have there, should take care of business. That was a good move by Rangers. We need more of that off inside the post. Dragicevic, third effort of the night. Each one so far has troubled them, and we've got to just keep moving it, Rob.
We do. I think we've got to exercise a little bit of patience as well, because I think the first 15 minutes or so we're trying to force it a little bit too quick. Passing was sloppy, we're turning over possession. We've been a bit more controlled. Yeah, the build-up play's been a little bit slower, but we're drawing them out, we're creating space, and then we're exploiting it when it does. So we need to see more of that. When we get that opportunity, we need to exploit it, and we just need to move the ball quickly. We'll create chances, it's just about taking them now.
Yeah, Penrice had came close. It was Gassama who was fouled, and then Penrice came onto his left as well, just a moment before Dragicevic hit the post. And it was Penrice into his left. He drilled it in. I thought he was going to find the net, but the goalkeeper got down well. So Rangers with those two quick efforts, almost forgot about that, Rob, actually, when considering that they'd hit the post straight after.
Yeah, no, it was an action-packed 5 minutes or so, wasn't it? Again, a little bit of nerves coming into the crowd every time Fernandez is getting the ball there. That's the noise you hear in the background, but he's just got to try and move the ball a little bit quicker. Yeah. But we're moving it from right to left pretty well. Yokota's starting to get a wee bit more involved in this right-hand side. Dan Neil's playing well in the centre of the central midfield. Just about continuing to create those opportunities and taking advantage of when we get them.
Daniel's actually starting to have a big influence. Rangers have controlled the game for 5 minutes here. Macania bursts forward. Gassama on his right foot gets the ball in. Oh, it's just ahead of everybody. But I think Dan Neil's influence in the game starting to be more telling. Sometimes you just need somebody to play simple passes. That's what he's been doing. We're on 28, it's 0-0. Rangers undoubtedly coming close in the last 5 or so. 40 gone, it remains 0-0. A very frustrating game. I'll say it again, I think Jablonec are very basic. And I know the dangers that comes with that, but Rangers make hard work of this. Chukwani is at the byline. Now what's he going to do? Oh my God, Nadiri pulls it across the face of goal, and you just think Nadiri's going to touch that in. Definitely Rangers' best moment. Fernandez, good covering there. He has settled into it. Rob, your thoughts on the last, 20 minutes or so?
It's gone back to being scrappy again, isn't it, Stevie? I think
they're not a good side, mate, are they?
Nah, they're not. They're big strikers, giving Fernandez and Sterling a bit of trouble, but it's all down to our lack of quality on the ball, unfortunately. You know, we're getting into decent positions, and then we seem to just want to pick the wrong pass again. You know, we had that spell of 5-10 minutes where we were creating 2 or 3 chances, and then we just look as if we took our foot off the gas. There was no urgency, lack of movement in the forward areas, which means there's no passing options going forward. I mean, that ball across the face of the goal, you want your striker to be in there on the end of it, and it's a goal, but Nadiri's a half yard off the pace and doesn't get any connection with the looks of it on it at all. So we're kind of making hard work of this game, and you know, making this opposition look a lot better than they actually are.
Yeah, I have to agree with a lot of that. We're certainly making hard work of it. We're really in control though. It's just about finding the right quality, the right pass, the right what to do. Fernandez driving forward here. Where's the pass for him? Plays it to Chukwani. He's done well there, Fernandez. Well done, son. Penrice now on the left, swings it in. There's nobody on the end of that though. And this is what it's been like, ladies and gentlemen. It's just been constant. Rangers recycling it, going. Jablonec will maybe break a wee bit, get so far, and then Rangers crowd them out. So far, Pandor hasn't done anything. Rangers coming the closest to that shot from Gassama, and then Penrice, and then the one from Dragicevic, which hit the inside of the post. There was that one there across the face of goal by Chukwani. Rangers need to find the quality. Gassama is the man on the ball again. He's tackled there though. Dan Neil does win it back, but Rangers can't get the second ball. And again, Jablonec just punt it clear and managed to find somebody. they're going to break here. I'm waiting on them making me eat my words, because they have been honestly so poor. Penrith wins that one though, and it'll be out for a throw. Yeah, you're waiting on that sucker punch moment, but they've shown nothing of quality so far, which is the killer kiss of death, isn't it? I know that as well as anyone. Rangers need more quality on the ball, better decision making.
We do, absolutely, and just to go back to one of your points, Fernandes actually has started to get a little bit more focused in the game, and there's been a couple of good defensive situations where he's taken control of it, but you know, Dan Neil is looking okay on the ball, but we're too slack again there. You know, Macania playing it out wide to Gassama, and it's just straight out the pitch. You know, we're that half yard off with the pass at the moment, and it's really frustrating. Like you say, Stevie, we've had most of the ball. They haven't really created much, but while it's 0-0, there's always that danger that we look vulnerable at the back on the transition. But a really frustrating watch so far. They'll be happy with this. You know, at the end of the day, defending, getting away from here with a 0-0 to take it back over their patch. They'll be pleased. This will be a good result for them, but it is not a good result for us. We've got to go for the win, but we just got to show a bit more quality.
Yeah, this isn't going to end 0-0. If Rangers don't score against this mob, I'll be chucking it myself. It means 0-0 and it's coming for half time.
1-0 Rangers are Ryan Nadiri, brought by Dan Neil, floats it to the back post. Stevie screams, no, don't do it. He does it anyway. Dakota heads it back across, and there's Ryan Nadiri, who took an age to put it in, but he does put it in, and Rangers lead 1-0. That's a great start to the half. Started Rangers Penrith, a nice little ball over into Gassama. Good play by Chuck Barney, back to Neil, as you say, Stevie, nice floated ball over that back post, great awareness from Daisuke Yokota, just to roll it back into the path of Nadiri, and I was just saying in my head, please don't knock that over the bar. 1-0 Rangers, and we're good for it actually. As you said in the first half, we've controlled it, we've finally got that breakthrough now. They're going to have to come and play a wee bit, which is going to leave us more space to exploit.
Yeah, they've come straight up and they have a corner. I'll say it again, that Rangers thoroughly deserve to be ahead. I thought the booing at half time was a bit hard. I can understand the frustrations, but that was a bit of quality. Dan Neil at the back post, which I was like, why are you aiming for the smallest guy? But the cross was spot on. He nods it back, and Nadiri puts it in. Rangers sleeping here at this corner. He works it back. He does whip it in right foot. Dragicevic is out of there. Gassama will chase this. Can he get on the end of it? All the way back to the goalkeeper. That'll do us quite nicely. 50 on the clock when Nadiri put that in. Rangers do lead by 1-0. It should be 2-0 after 56 minutes. It was brilliant play by Rangers. Chukwani and Nadiri work it. Nadiri gets in, he lays it on a play across for Gassama. He just couldn't keep it down. What a wonderful move that was, Rob.
It was, mate. We're starting to see some really good football for Rangers now. Nadiri, some good work. Chukwani's playing a little bit higher up the pitch. Gassama, unfortunately, gets in the right position but makes a mess of that finish. But it should be 2-0 Rangers at the moment. But we are starting to see a lot more positive play with this team just now. Another great touch with Nadiri there, overlapping Yokota into the box.
What can he? He just gets a bit awkward. He should have played that across straight away, I think, but Rangers are really starting to ramp up the pressure. I think a bit of home through by Derek at the half time might have be a bit more positive, a bit more aggressive in the final third. That seems to be what they're doing. Do you know what I think the problem was genuinely for Gassama there? He actually caught that too well. He caught it too well and it just ballooned over, and it's just, what a goal that would have been. They deserved a goal there. It should have been 2.
It should have been, and I think we're overlooking one thing with the improved performance in the second half. It's because we opened the skittles up at half time. You know, that's made a big difference in giving them a wee bit of injection and pace. So it should be 2-0 up, Stevie, to be honest. It's going to be interesting to see how we now build on that. There's more goals here for us if we keep playing like this.
Yeah, crazy skittles have made the difference. It's 1-0 so far.
Well, the stadium's absolutely stunned at the moment, Rob. 75 gone. We had a VAR penalty check, which we all thought was a penalty check. Turns out it wasn't, for that very challenge that we thought Devlin went down for and we were getting a penalty check. Cammy Devlin's been sent off. We don't know why. Apparently he's caught him high on the shins, judging by like kind of chats and stuff like that. But that was just, I don't even know what to say. I didn't see that.
No, but as you say, we were all expecting that it was a penalty review. There was no communication about what VAR was checking in the stadium at all. No idea, and then I think everybody was bemused when the referees whipped the red card out. And again, we didn't even realise who he was sending off, because he kind of flashed it in the direction of both Devlin and Daniel, and we were really confused about what the hell had happened. So, we now need to regroup, 10 men, just make sure that we see this tie out now 1-0. But absolutely shocking communication from a VAR point of view for the punters that are in the stadium, and I really want to see that back to see exactly what that incident was all about.
Yeah, it's wild. From what we're seeing by comments, that people are saying it's 100% a red card, but as well, we assumed a penalty check for that one up there. Nobody really knows, and it's a game that Rangers are miles in control about. Pandor has had nothing to do all night, and now it's going to be one where Jablonec are going to push forward, and oh Macania there is excellent.
Oh my God!
Oh, offside.
I thought he gave a penalty there.
Offside.
Fuck me, man.
It's offside.
Sorry for your video.
It's offside. We thought for a split second there, Macania done excellent defending. The flag was up for offside, but he almost pointed down, and I was about to say, what is this referee really doing? But it's okay, we're fine-ish. 77 gone, it remains 1-0. We're all off to check our shorts after that one.
Fast approach in full time now. Lawrence Shanklin will come on for Ryan Naderi, who's been excellent up front, and he's really moved. In the last couple of minutes, as we go into the kind of 4 minutes on, Curtis and Naderi have run really good free kicks for Rangers. Naderi's been excellent. Scores the vital goal that has Rangers one up at this moment. Macania, stadium man of the match, and I think we've all been really impressed with him. Looks really, really good defensively. That red card just killed everything. Rangers would have been a stick on to try and move for a second, but we've not been able to. And we'll just try and see this out, Rob. How do you think this has went?
If a win's a win, I think, when it comes to this competition, Stevie. Is it a vintage performance from Rangers? No, that red card definitely killed our momentum in the game. Like you say, Big Macania's actually been really, really good there tonight. I think Fernandez has been much better second half. It's been a solid workman-like performance, but it just highlights the lack of quality that we've got in the final third. I think we did create some really big chances tonight.
Gassama one.
Aye, you know, and those are the types of chances you've got to put away. Even the Naderi one, that was a bit of a half chance.
Barron almost sneaks in now. Rangers, can they get anything? It's well defended by the number 8 there. He headed it, a big looping ball. We're hoping he would have missed it. Our defenders would have missed it, but he managed to head it back to the goalkeeper.
He did, but tonight was just all about getting the win. There is nothing in this team that suggests we should fear them. You know, once we're back to 11v11, I'd expect us to beat them over there, to be honest, because we've had enough chances, just got to take them when we create them.
I don't think Pandor's had a save all night, to be quite honest, so this team will be different at home, yeah, certainly, but the Rangers are, quality-wise, even if they haven't made the best decisions at time in the final third, they've been by far the better time, but that's poor by Rangers from a throw-in. That's a dive as well. Ball's in though, flick back, the shots coming in over the bar from the edge of the box. That was their moment, that was their chance. And Barron just closed them down enough. He really should have got that on target, more or less, with the last kick of the ball here. We're deep into 94. Rangers are going to win this by 1-0. Ryan Naderi's goal in the 50th odd minute. That big moment in 75 when Cammy Devlin was sent off, which, haven't seen it again, it's a red card, but it shows you what we see in a football game is completely different to what happened. We all thought up here he'd been taken down and it was a stick-on penalty check, but it wasn't, and he went off. So Rangers have managed this fairly well. Apart from that one moment there with that shot, Rob, Rangers have been quite compact.
Yeah, that's the first time that we've really had a bit of a moment. but the danger's come to nothing. The other thing that we will say is Costa looks absolutely rapid as the referee just blows the final whistle to give us the 1-0 win.
Yeah, we'll take that. Rangers win against Jablonec by 1-0. It's a game where I feel Rangers should have had more, but we'll take that and we'll move on. It needs quality. It needs a quality injection very soon. But tonight, in the conference qualifiers, it's Rangers 1, Jablonec 0.
The Four Lads Rangers podcast is sponsored by Athol Industrial Solutions, Candid, LBJ Consultants, CBD Oil Scotland, Elite Scooter Scotland, and Metaclad, Four Lads exclusive roofing partner. The Aesthetics Lounge by Sharon, Denhay, the quintessential British bacon. Thank you to our sponsors and also to our partners, Black Rooster, Art of Gold, and Rangers Youth Development Company. Thank you for listening to or watching the podcast. We hope you enjoyed the show.